Alrighty, here I am. I don't want to be too loud because it kind of echoes, but I'm going to wait and see if when people get online, and just give a few seconds. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I want to respect your time. So my name is Lauren Duke, and I am a mom. I am a military wife. I am a singer. I am a fitness enthusiast. I am so many labels that you could put on me, but I am a dreamer. And it's funny because I don't think that title was one that I could actually embrace just a few years ago. As a military spouse, your life is issued to you, honestly. And so I really gave up dreaming quickly. I'm educated at Baylor, and I have 2 degrees. So I double majored, I should say. So I have a lot of education, I have a lot of knowledge, blah, 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 but just never lived in the location or lived in the location long enough to really do anything with my degree, or wasn't in the situation with family. There's always something, right? So I stopped dreaming. And when someone said, what are your dreams? I was like, I really don't have any. And it kind of went from there. So fast forward, and I kind of shared a little bit on my personal page today about how I started running and started going through just trying new things because I was obese as a child. I have asthma. And the only way that people knew how to treat asthma, or my asthma growing up, was steroids, oral steroids, injected steroids, inhaled steroids. So it really messes up your body. It really does a number on you. And it kept me from being able to work out and lose weight. My asthma did. The steroids really didn't help me. My case was kind of like severe. Anyway, oxygen tents, IVs, all of that stuff. That was a part of my childhood. So I also, just because I didn't work out, I was kind of depressed. I was, frustrated with myself. I was made fun of. I was teased. All those sad story things. I took matters into my own hands as a 15-year-old girl and changed my diet. I'm gonna be vegetarian. And I'm going to starve myself. And that began a downward spiral of anorexia. So that was many, many years of battling back and kind of changing my view, changing my ideas of what beautiful, healthy, attractive were. So met and married my husband, all of that. Was told we couldn't have children. And I have 2 beautiful, perfect, crazy children. And so I believe that God's plan is bigger than our own. Just, that's my simple faith talking. And so anyway, I started running because I was alone a lot, and we lived on base, and I wanted to get out. I had to get out of the house. It was driving me nuts. And I remember my husband being gone, and we bought a cheap treadmill at Sears. And my goal was to run for 20 minutes, just 20 minutes without stopping, because I just didn't have the strength to run. I didn't have the endurance. I didn't have the strength. I didn't have the lung capacity. I couldn't breathe. So my goal was, I'm going to run for 20 minutes. And when my husband returned, I was so proud of myself because I could run for 20 minutes. And then I started pushing the stroller, and then I got stronger, and I was running a lot, and it was really fun. But I still had problems. I still had to stop. So anyway, I started, anytime you move, you get a chance to start over. You get a chance to make new friends. You get a chance to maybe reinvent yourself a little bit. So when we moved back to Texas, I met some ladies through Bible study, and they were runners, and they invited me to join them. And I was like, sweet, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to run. What? Who does that? So I met them, and we started running. And I couldn't believe how far I was able to run at a slower pace. So that time of my life was really interesting. Again, my husband was gone quite a bit. And I remember buying P90X, and I tried it. I was like, whoop-de-doo. I'm going to try this thing, and I'm going to see what it does. And it made me stronger, made me much stronger. And I keep looking to see how many people are getting on, so I apologize. It made me much stronger. So I started sharing. It was about the time that Facebook came out, and I joined because we were having our 10-year high school reunion. And so we were trying to connect with other people all across the United States and make plans. So I was sharing. And then we moved to California. And so Beachbody has been one of those things that's been with me for a while. I didn't know what Beachbody was. Beachbody was the program, Turbo Jam was one of the programs, or the program that I used to lose all my baby weight with my son. I didn't know it was Beachbody. I didn't know anything about that. So I'd done P90X, I'd done Beachbody, I'd tried Insanity. And in California, a friend of mine reached out to me and said, did you know that you can help more people? You're sharing all the time. Did you know that, you can share with people and have your own website, your own business? And I was like, no, I didn't know that. So I became a coach. And it was free for military, still is. And so I became a coach, and I started sharing with people, and I didn't really understand the heart of it. I didn't understand the relationship part of the business at all. And so I took off really quickly and started sharing. And then when nobody stuck with it, I gave up. I used my husband as an excuse because he was deploying again, and which is a good excuse. And while he was gone, it was just too much, too much to be mom, dad, provider, everything. And so I quit. I quit as a coach. Well, fast forward 8-9 months, and my husband came home and said, hey, change of plans. We're not moving. We're staying here. And I just given up my job. I was a music teacher at the kids' school. And while it wasn't, a ton of pay or a ton of hours, it was still something. It was something to keep me plugged in. It was something to help a little bit with the bills, which were mounting, and our debt was increasing. And we were so frustrated, and I felt like we fought a lot. So I didn't know what to do. I was lost. And I was online on Facebook one night, and a friend of mine whom I used to sing with at Baylor, she was sharing about Summit. She was sharing how it was the first time she was away from her kids, and she couldn't believe all the energy. She couldn't believe how amazing the people were and how she was part of a family. And it was just like, what in the world? Where are you? What are you doing? And I wanted to be a part of it so badly. I couldn't wait to hear more. I messaged her. Oh my gosh, is this you? Did we sing together at Baylor? Yes, it's me. Oh my gosh, Lauren, you need to be here. And I was like, where are you? Well, I'm at Summit. And I was like, oh, I know, I've heard of that. Because when I was a coach before, I had a ticket and I sold it and I didn't go. Stinker. So I knew what that was, but I'd never gone. I'd never experienced it. I didn't know what she was talking about. So my husband and I both agreed. We said, I feel like you're supposed to be there. I feel like this is God telling you need to jump. Wow, that's crazy, right? So I jumped, and I signed up as a coach on that Thursday with Brazil Butt Lift and Shakeology. And I drove to Las Vegas after he got home from work on Friday, and it took me a ridiculously long amount of time to get to Las Vegas. And I'd never been to Las Vegas by myself at night. So I get to Vegas and I slept on my friend's couch. She had a couch in her room and that was all, like no room in the inn, sorry. So the next morning we woke up at an ungodly hour and we worked out live with all of the Beachbody trainers, and people are excited and they're jazzed and it's this amazing energy, and I couldn't believe it. What the heck is going on? Who are these crazy people? I love them. I want to be a part of them. And so we worked out live, and then we got to go to seminars, and she got me a Starbucks iced tea, and it was just like this family. I was a part of a family, something I hadn't really had in all those years in the military. I was part of our military family, but that wasn't everything. I wanted to have something that was mine, and I loved hard work, and I loved doing something that I could really pour myself into. So anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I got to hear the most amazing speakers that day. I got to hear from a mother of 6 who just loved fitness, just loved being in the middle and encouraging people. And she's a teacher at her church, and then a pastor who had a great transformation of his own and his wife, and they were sharing with people and they became coaches. And then a high school football coach, a French literature professor, all these people from different walks of life, all having their own personal transformation stories, but they each had just such a unique story to share. So got to hear from them, and I felt like that was God saying, I felt like they were speaking directly to me. I remember just bawling all day, like I found the thing that I've been lacking, that I've been missing. And then that night we get to watch and listen as Beachbody gave away a ton of money to people who had transformation stories, to those who had been able to come home from jobs, to those who had been able to quit their second and third jobs and be a stay-at-home dad, to the gentleman who lost, over 200 pounds. 200 pounds. What? That's crazy. And won $100,000 nets. Just crazy. And the woman who did the same. And they're celebrating it. They're celebrating transformation. They're celebrating stepping out in belief. They're celebrating those people who dared to dream. They did. They had faith and they jumped out there. So I left Summit high, like so excited to share. And it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. I've continued to grow. I've continued to build this team. The people who, probably invited you are people who are on this team because of that one first step. And so I truly believe that one person can make a huge difference, because each of these coaches isn't here just to invite you to join their team. They invite you to have a life change, to experience something that is amazing. And so it's really empowering to get to experience that and to get to celebrate that daily. And that's what we do as coaches. So to get to your questions, I started out and I made a list of people that I wanted to contact, because we'd had conversations about fitness and about running and about goals and whatever. And I just, started to chat with them and say, I can really help you now. I couldn't help you before. I really didn't have a plan. And, geographically you're here and I'm here, and, time zones are different, whatever. And even teaching in a gym setting, I couldn't help people outside of that class because our schedules were different and they didn't want to run or they didn't want to do this. I needed to find something that matched them. And so that's what is so unique about Beachbody, is I can listen to people's goals. And you can listen to people's goals and you can hear, well, I'm already a runner. I'm just looking for strength training. Oh, okay. So how much time do you have? Well, I have about 30 minutes. Well, I can recommend a program to you, something that you can follow on your own time that'll help you with your running, that'll just complement what you're already doing. Oh, that's great. That's a simple exchange, a simple conversation that you would have with anybody, sitting at soccer, sitting at baseball, sitting at basketball, and just sharing something that's impacted your life. That's basically what coaching is. It's sharing. It's sharing your story. It's sharing, well, I did this program and these are my results and this is how I felt. And Shakeology was a lifesaver for me because of XYZ. There was a question about Shakeology, and I won't go into a lot of detail. I'll let your coach do that, or your friend do that. But I had a really horrible allergic reaction to a strawberry banana smoothie. right before I discovered Shakeology. And I found out I was allergic to so many things I'd been eating. And it was just very disheartening because I'm already vegan. I already knew I had nut allergies, but I didn't realize I was allergic to so many other things that I'd been eating. So think about if you're allergic to something and you get out in your skin and your skin reacts. You see me itching my eyes. I'm having some allergy issues. Think about what it's doing to your insides, how it's affecting your digestion, how it's, you're constipated. It's manifesting itself in your skin and you're itchy and just so many things. And that's what had been happening to me for years and I didn't know it. So what I did was I pulled out all those foods and I didn't know what to replace it with. And what am I going to do? And that was about the time that I became a coach and I decided I'll try this Shakeology stuff. I don't know. I don't like the word shake. I'm going to be honest with you. That word just brings up all sorts of negative emotions. So I tried it. And 3 days later, I didn't have bloating. I was regular. I had more energy and I quit coffee cold turkey. You want to talk about saving money? When you go to Starbucks 3 times a day, you're just flushing money because it's an addictive chemical. So coffee I love. Okay, I'm not dissing coffee. I love coffee for comfort, but I was addicted. I was addicted to going to Starbucks. I was addicted to getting my drink. I was addicted to the high, to the crash, to the high, to the crash. Not healthy, not good. A lot of acid in your system. So Shakeology's been that thing for me that has checked all the boxes in my nutrition. My body doesn't want for anything. I'm not lacking in any nutrition. My blood results are amazing and I'm super healthy. In fact, I had a life insurance policy and they have to do that blood test thing and they're just like, you're the healthiest person ever. You get like top of tier. Like, that's pretty cool coming from the person who couldn't run, couldn't breathe. And now here I am, even more healthy than ever. So Shakeology was that thing for me. But what I wanted you to understand is, as a coach, you're part of a family. You're part of a fit family. You're also part of a company that isn't even hitting its stride yet. And it's crazy. We're constantly releasing new programs. We're innovative. We're encouraging. You're not just a number. You're celebrated for your desire to change lives, to reach out and invite people to just be encouraged, be motivated. So what I do every month is I start an accountability group. I have conversations with people about their specific goals. I don't box people into a program. I don't say, well, you have to do this because that's my challenge group. I want people to feel comfortable. I want them to know that they're not just a sale. They're not just money. Their life and their goals are important. And being a part of the group is important because that's the accountability that perhaps they've never had. Maybe they've never had anyone who was encouraging to them, who believed in them. And so that's what they get in an accountability group, and they get someone who believes in them, their coach. That could be you. So I start a group every month, and then most of the time, those people love Shakeology. They love how they're feeling. They love the fit family. They love the community, and they want to become coaches. They have people who are asking them questions. How did you do that? You look great. Oh my gosh. And they are excited about hearing more from you. So you have that opportunity to share. And it can really be as simple as that. I shared how you earn an income, and that's probably the part that has been the most shocking to me, is when you just focus on people, when you just focus on the basics. I'm going to have a challenge group every month, and I'm going to have about 5 people in there, and I'm going to help them continue and maintain their results and even improve on their results and chase their dreams and achieve their goals. You'll be shocked at how your income grows, which is a lovely side effect, I would say. And it has been freedom for my family, freedom for so many families, the ability to quit jobs, to come home, to be with kids, to take vacations, to pay off debt, to have savings, to invest, so many different opportunities that have come from this one thing. And so it's my pleasure to share. It's my joy to be able to give you an inside look into this opportunity and to help you get started. Now, the best way to get started, and I won't take much more of your time, the best way to get started is with a program in Shakeology, because then you have a fitness program, you also have Shakeology to be able to share with people, to say, look, I've had it, this is how I feel, this is the direct result, everything. So that's the best way, and Beachbody says, that's awesome, we're gonna help you save. We're gonna give you 25% savings on the program and Shakeology, and we're gonna let you sign up for free. So you're saving 25% on the program and Shakeology, and you're saving an additional $40 on that sign-up fee. Free. Done. And then you're a coach. Yay! You have access to all the tools, marketing, logos, breaking news, training, everything that Beachbody has to offer, and a website that Beachbody populates and takes care of you and makes sure that you're on top of things. Make sure that you have all of the latest news, all of the latest information. And so that's really cool. You don't have to stress about that. I have a personal website. It costs $40 a month for just someone to just maintain that. So to be able to run a six-figure business for $15.95 isn't too shabby, I will say. And that's exactly what is possible. And if you were to ask me that 4 years ago, I would have laughed, but here I am living that. So all that to say that nothing is impossible. The sky is absolutely the limit. And let me just double check your questions, make sure. Let's see. What was the other one? How much time commitment per week? Okay, Catherine, I wanted to make sure I answered your question. I started out with just an hour or two a day. And that was what I was able to do. We were on vacation and we were with family. And so I set aside time and I reached out to people, and then we were on a train. We were going to the pool. We were doing stuff. And so I came back later and I checked in and answered questions. And that was just how I did it. Now, as I've been able to have more freedom, I spend more time, but I set my business hours. You set your business hours. There are coaches on our team who are parents of 4 or 5 kids, and they don't have much time, and they set aside what we call power hour. So in that 1 hour of very purposeful, very specific time, you are working a business that will grow. I know new moms with infants who have built very successful businesses doing this power hour. So it's what you can give. One of my coaches turned in a sheet to me when she was a newer coach, and I said, "You're only working on Tuesdays and Thursdays." She's like, "Yeah, those are the days my kid's in a preschool, so I have time." So it was just interesting because she was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's my commitment, and that's what I'm going to build my business." I was like, "All right, rock it out." You know, it's what you can give to this business. And like I said before, you are not changing your life for this. You are introducing it to your life, and it has to fit. One of my mentors said, look at your calendar. Look at everything you have to do, from doctor's appointments to dental appointments to work hours to going to the gym. What time do you have left? Even scheduling time with your spouse, time with your kids. What time do you have left? That's the time for Beachbody. Unless you fall asleep on the couch like I do, which happens regularly. So that's what you have to look at. Realistically, and don't set really ridiculously lofty goals that are just going to be out there if you realistically only have a couple of minutes a day to give. But you can build a successful business. You can work on your goals. And that's something I want to end with and kind of leave you guys with. You are the most important person in this equation. Your transformation. If you're not working out, if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to share with others? So that's really important. A lot of people want to be coaches and they want to join, but then they forget. It starts with you. You don't have to be in the perfect shape. You don't have to be a certain size. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be a certain age. There are no requirements. Pretty cool. But you do have to have a passion. You do have to want to go after your goals as well. So I started with Brazil butt lift. I wanted to get more toned in my legs, which is my problem area, but I also wanted more power in my push-off for running. I wanted more power in my glutes. I wanted more power in my lower abs after having 2 kids. That's where women, we lose our power. My hips were weak. And so that was important to me that I took the time to go ahead and strengthen that. And what was really cool was that gave me an opportunity to share more. That gave me an opportunity to say, hey, my running times are decreasing. And the last time I ran a race, I recovered quicker. I felt stronger. My endurance was better. I was able to push a little harder and maintain that. It was tangible results. So constantly going after your goals and being able to share with people is really, really important. Being able to say, yeah, I didn't know what to pack for breakfast the other day, so I grabbed Shakeology, and I was great. I didn't have any cravings. What's Shakeology? Oh my gosh, it's this great thing I've been drinking. It's awesome. I'll give you a sample. Hello, easy as that. Think about how simple that is. We share our favorite shampoo. Why won't we share this? So I just want to make sure that I make that very clear and very apparent that your goals are the most important. Your story is the most important because you are going to be sharing that with other people to inspire them to believe in themselves. So I hope that, first of all, I didn't take too much of your time, but also that you kind of see that this opportunity is pretty dang cool. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask the coach who invited you. I'm super excited that you joined us tonight, and God bless.